Street Fighter 6 demo is now active on Steam. I dabbled around with it a little bit on the console, but not too much, but I actually noticed that Capcom is taking a pretty good route for introducing new players and how they can actually learn the flow of Street Fighter. If you are a new player, Capcom is giving you the option to actually answer this very truthfully. Do you have experience fighting? Of course, my answer, I have Street Fighter experience. You, on the other hand, if you are new, you could be honest and say you don't have any. It's perfectly fine. Select a control type for the tutorial. So for those who don't know, classic type, that's pretty much the original Street Fighter. You basically have to do every input the right way. But if you want to go a more easier route, modern controls give you the same thing, but the special attacks are performed a little bit easier, meaning you could just press one button and get the actual Hadouken out. Dynamic attack, I think, is a little bit less buttons, and you start getting full combos already registered per button. Classic controls, it takes time to get used to them, but they open up your options in a fight. If you are choosing modern controls, you will not have every option available. You have easier inputs, but you don't have all options. Walking. Pressing left and right will let you move in that direction. You can either walk forward or backwards. To start, walk over to where I am. Alright. Bada bing, bada boom. Intro to footsies. You've taken the first step towards becoming a fighter. Dashing. Tap left or right twice in the same direction to perform a dash. So quick double tap. Jump. To perform a jump, you can jump straight up to either side. Let's see you do it. Jumps are excellent for moving while avoiding opponent attacks, but don't get careless. If you jump around too much, it becomes predictable. Sooner or later, you'll get hit, aka you will get anti-aired. Normal attacks. Alright, you know how to move. Now it's time to learn how to attack. So square is the light jab. Y, which is triangle, and B being circle. Those are the medium punches and kicks. RB, RT, that's basically the heavies. R1, R2. Alright, so of course holding down while attacking allows you to do crouching normals. Jumping attacks. Go airborne, then attack. Those are the basics, but don't forget them. Instead, devote yourself to tampering them. Blocking. Let's give you the rundown on defense. There are two kinds of blocks: standing block and crouching block. Feels better than taking damage, doesn't it? Feels better than taking damage, doesn't it? Take note of that. Just because you're not doing damage, it's not a bad thing. As long as you're blocking, they're not doing damage to you either. Street Fighter 6 is giving you the rundown. I didn't pay $60 a block. Oh lord. Standing blocks can guard against any attacks that aren't aimed at your feet. For attacks that standing block can't defend against, there's a crouching block. So this protects you from low throws. If you just can't break your opponent's block, you can always throw them. Yes. The #1 conditioning tool for breaking somebody's defense and getting them uncomfortable, ladies and gentlemen, is utilizing that throw. If you think you're about to get thrown, answer back with a throw escape by pressing light kick and light punch at the same time. Check your timing and try to escape my throw. Oops, messed up the timing. Kinda booty. Oops, I'm booty. Hold on. Timing kind of weird. Okay, there we go. I had to mash it as soon as the one went away. Well defended. Throws are a great option for close range offense. Keep it in mind whenever your opponent is nearby. Special moves. Next up, let's talk special moves. Assuming your plan is Luke, input, fireball motion, punch, and you'll fire off his special move, Sand Blast. Go on, give it a shot. Next, try the Rising Uppercut. DP. Your anti-air. Different special moves work better in different situations. Get a feel for each one. Once you've practiced for a while, you'll be able to fire them off without even thinking. Practice makes perfect. Let's talk about super arts. Check out the super art gauge at the bottom of the screen. All right, glowing red and Ryu is glowing blue. All right, so in this case, this would be V-Trigger 1 from Street Fighter 5. Fire off a barrage of Sand Blast. This is actually going to be pretty good because it allows Luke to deal with projectiles. So say you're going against a guy that's like constantly spamming booms and you have a 1 bar stocked up, you can actually buffer it. As soon as he throws a sonic boom, you can punish it. Next up is level 2. This is probably one of my favorite ones in the game. Ah! He's walk him down. The definition of a walk him down. Man. I haven't said that in a minute, boy. I felt like I haven't played Street Fighter in a while. Well, Street Fighter 6. All right, the drive gauge. I know mostly about it, but ain't nothing wrong with finding out something else about it. The 6-bar display shown here is known as the drive gauge. First off is everybody's favorite, the drive impact. Press RB and RT at the same time to perform a powerful attack. Yes, the end all be all. Everybody's bread and butter. Drive impacts can absorb 2 attacks from the opponent, but there are some exceptions. Alright, so drive impact have a unique characteristic. They can break a cornered opponent's block. Oh yeah. So it's a wall splat if they're in the corner. I feel like it's gonna catch people a lot in the beginning, but it's a good way to stop people from just autopiloting. Drive parry. This is performed by pressing and holding Y and B, triangle and circle. This is actually something that I need to get more comfortable with, especially the perfect parry. So drive parry is good, but of course it could be thrown for a punish counter. So for those who don't know, punish counter basically allows you to take way more damage than what you need to take. Alright, so a perfect parry is the result of performing a drive parry the moment an opponent's attack hits you. Let's give you some practice now. React to my drive impact with one of your own. It's L1, right? Yeah, it's L1. The drive impact and drive parry are great uses of the drive gauge, but continuously use will drain the gauge. If you drain it completely, you will be unable to use them for a period of time. What does this mean? You are basically in a state that you don't want to be in. You start to take chip damage. Buttons that are normally like what? -2 or -1 on block, it now becomes more plus. And of course, when you're in the corner, it's a guaranteed follow-up if they drive impact. Free follow up. All right, let's put what we taught to the test. All right, do I remember some combos? Oh, do we remember how to play a little bit? Alright, so in Fighting Ground, you'll find the tutorials. Use these to learn various and more powerful techniques. Don't be hasty. Take your time and get stronger little by little. Go at your own pace. Oh my god. It's like Capcom. Bruh, I promise you, it's like Capcom been listening to me. Normally, whenever somebody asks me, how long does it take to get better? What's this, what's that? I just be like, everybody gotta go at your own pace. Everybody learn different. Don't compare yourself to the next person. Take it little by little. You're not gonna get better overnight. It's like I've been saying this for so long, and now Capcom is just smacking it in your face as soon as you boot up Street Fighter 6. Pretty much sums up the tutorials that Street Fighter 6 gives us. They're introducing character guides, meaning if you have a character that you're interested about, Street Fighter 6 has introduced character guides. You could basically get a grasp of what the character wants to do, what's the general game plan. Sad to say, the demo only gives us 2 characters, Luke and Ryu. We'll go ahead and start with Luke. Yeah, this is real good. How to play Luke. This is actually interesting to me also. An array of standard moves complemented by techniques that shine when used offensively. Luke is well-rounded, but particularly adept at close range combat. With projectiles, anti-attacks, and more, Luke can adapt to any situation he finds himself in. Fireballs are pretty much good for controlling the space and when you're just outside the range of your furthest reach and normal. Many of his moves, move him forward, allowing for some serious combo potential on opponents who leave themselves open. So heavy flash allows for a knockdown, medium flash allows for like a quick hit, and of course light flash knuckle allows for a knock-up that leads to a knockdown. Yes, now of course, depending on which version of the punch you throw, it will determine the distance in which the fireball actually travels. So light being the shortest, medium being a little bit further, and heavy being the best reaching one. Obvious, if you're full screen, you want to be throwing the heavy one. If you're a little bit shy of just being out of range of medium kick, you can throw the light one. But if you're kind of like in the middle, not far, not close, then you can never go wrong mid. Overdrive. OD version. I think it's 2 hits. It causes a knockdown. Basically helps you anti-zone. If you're going against any character that's throwing fireballs at you, if you throw EX, it's going to eat through the first one. decimate the fireball, then the second hit is going to knock him down. And of course, the EX into the actual follow-up. I actually forgot about that part. That whole sequence right there costs 3 bars, so I guess it's going to be a good way to confirm the kill, but might want to be a little hasty about just throwing that out. Yo, they really breaking down each special, like that's godlike. Flash Knuckle, a full power chargeable punch, increase the damage output by holding down the button at the beginning. Release the button when you see a flash to further boost its properties. Yes, it's also how you get the most out of his combos. I think the heavy flash actually causes a hard knockdown. Yeah. To make the most of it, you'll want to try canceling into it from a move with long reach. Yes, nothing like the good old low forward into a special cancel. Street Fighter tradition right there. I forgot about that. Aerial Flash Knuckle. This is a unique one. A Flash Knuckle performed while jumping can be used to alter the trajectory of your jump, making it useful for surprise attacks. Can also be worked into aerial combos. Okay, I didn't know you could delay it that long close to the ground. Alright, doing a vertical or forward jump, hold the button to charge it. Avenger. Charge ahead in a forward leaning stance. Other moves can be executed out of it. Oh, okay, his dash. Okay, yeah. The no chase tackle on Impaler flip kick. An Impaler can be used to break the guard of an opponent who's blocking while crouching. If you find yourself in a situation where you think it might be useful, give it a try. Alright, so Capcom's not lying about that. Yeah, give it a try, but need to say, Luke does not have a low option out of this. So really and truly, once an opponent see Luke running, they just have to stand block. And you'll cover the shoulder and the overhead. Rising uppercut, the DP. Unleash a ferocious punch as you leap diagonally upwards. It grants immunity to jumping attacks, making it useful as an anti-air technique. Yes. The DP option. The Shoryuken. The uppercut. The Shoryuken off me. Volcan Blast. What's this? Fire multiple high-speed sand blasts at swift speed, makes it useful in project. Wait, is this his level 1? Oh, it is his level 1. Okay, I just never knew the name for it. Eraser, so that must be level 2, right? A series of punches punctuated by a powerful finishing blow that sends an opponent flying. Connecting with the first hit is enough to activate the combination attack that follows. Walk him down. Walk him down. Walk him down. Pale Rider. Charge and mount the opponent before unloading a Fury to level 3. Walk him down. Good old level 3. Luke got a lot of ways to get around projectiles. I'm starting to notice that. He got his EX run. He got the level 1 super and level 3. And of course he has his own fireballs. This right here, this is good. They will teach y'all fundamentals on what each character actually wants. Let's cover the basics of what you should be doing when you and your opponent are around roughly starting position distance. You mainly want to keep them in check with Sandblast. Capcom is giving you the recipe on what you should be doing with each character. And when they've had enough and decide to jump at you, smack them hard with a rising uppercut. Once you get the hang of it, you should have a much easier time dictating the flow of a match. Street Fighter is teaching you how to play Street Fighter. Let's say we're a little bit closer to perfect distance for some medium kicks. If you ask me, standing or crouching, you can't go wrong with either. If you see a crouching medium kick make contact, immediately toss out a sandblast that'll show them how to play footsies.
Yeah, just like that.
Capcom describing the fireball game in their own game for the first time. Yeah, like Street Fighter 6 is really help bring in new players, different control schemes, tutorials and character guides, and the actual training mode is 10 times better. Once you've managed to lock your opponent down some and their movement has started to stiffen up, it's time to get aggressive. Standing heavy punch moves you forward, making it perfect for attacking while also closing distance. Standing light punch recovers quickly, leaving you less open to counterattack. Standing medium has long reach, ideal for closing in. And standing heavy punch is special cancelable, making it easy to whip out special moves. Fundamentals 3. If you got the drive gauge for it, you can always close in your opponent with a drive rush. Standing heavy kick's good because it lets you quickly close the gap with an opponent and it doesn't leave you open to getting counterattacked if it's blocked. Sweet. Oh, okay, alright, so even heavy kick is plus on block. Oh, okay, yeah, they gone over Flash Knuckles now. Tekken needs this type of tutorial. Tekken got a pretty in-depth training mode also. Alright, yeah. So the charge times in this game is way better. The medium one executes faster, making it easier to connect into other special moves. The heavy one leaves you at an advantage even if it gets blocked. It takes some getting the hang of it, but if you do, oh boy, get it. Alright. Shout outs to Capcom, man. Y'all are really setting the stone. Well, setting the perfect ground for a new player to actually come into Street Fighter and just get a good grip on how to play the game. So, hand clap for Capcom. Truly do appreciate this demo. Let's go ahead and see exactly what this level 8 CPU is dealing with now, because now it's time for a good challenge. You feel me?